Morning Dish.
He's the hardest working man in show business. His band's music takes you into the midnight hours. And when you wake up, his voice is back on your radio alarm clock. How on earth did this happen?
Well, Jeff saw me taking out the trash at the radio station.
And he won another award.
But this one is better.
I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am.
It's the Morning Dish with the 2019 Radio Personality of the Year winner, Stephen Phillips.
You paying attention to this, Packy?
And Murphy's own Sherry Raines.
Yeah, you must have given horseback passes to the right guy, Stephen.
Well, giddy up.
And Packy Smith's Shetland pony is right alongside.
You guys know these demo tapes don't just edit themselves together, right?
Well, all right.
3 cheers for Stephen Phillips.
Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, we're back with you, and we have got Mr. Guitar of ARS, Steve Stone, with us. Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm just checking to see if my business insurance has gone up 20% because of you.
Hang in there, brother. Man, you had a wild weekend. I know this is one to remember in the books, but you made it through it, man. Golly, how's everything going?
Still don't quite know what's going on with him. He's in the hospital, and everything's okay. Do people know what we're talking about?
Oh, yes, I've done talk to them about it a little bit, but tell them about it. They kind of want to know what's going on from the main man here.
Well, I don't really. I know what you know. You were there with me. He didn't look right, and wanted to make sure he got checked out, and then they advised to go to the hospital. So then we all looked at each other and go, who can sing this? I think we invited you to sing. I know I invited the police officer backstage.
Yeah.
I told him we could even throw in some police tunes.
Yeah.
Everybody there, though, was really kind. And I don't know what you said to the audience, but they were so friendly and supportive, and that was heartwarming. They seemed to really get behind us.
Yeah, I don't think that the audience didn't realize the chaos that was going on behind stage, and that's one of the things that I really thought was amazing. But that shows professionalism in y'all because y'all been at it so long. But anyway, with all the
or
chaos,
adrenaline,
yeah. But I mean, all that was going on backstage, and everybody was freaking out, and they was worried about Rodney, and then getting the song set, who's singing what, and then y'all go out there and did a show like what you did. It was just absolutely amazing. I mean, y'all blowed the crowd away, no doubt.
Well, I appreciate it, but like I said, they were a great audience, so I have to give it up to the audience too.
Yeah, but now you've been playing with ARS since early '80s, I guess.
No, 86, 35 years,
wow.
And I'm 29 years old.
29, and you still look 29.
I'm sticking with that story.
I'm with you on that. I guarantee it. So, but anyway, yeah, it was a good show. There's no doubt about it. But like I said, Rodney, I hadn't heard any updates on him or anything. But y'all said he was. I understand he's in Gainesville.
Well, yeah, he had he went to the hospital there. They wanted to send him to Gainesville, or they said he could go home and check with his cardiologist. And he decided to go home. But then as the morning hit, and you started thinking about the drive or flying down even. How long that would take. It just seemed like better to just go ahead and go to Gainesville and let them see what they could find out. And they admitted him, and they wanted to run a bunch of tests and then check against his old tests. And I'm confident everything will be fine, or I'm positive. I'm trying to be positive, but he's in good spirits. He's still got his humor. Were you there when they were walking him out to the ambulance?
No, I was backstage downloading lyrics.
Yeah, it's surprising. It's surprising how much the musicians don't really pay attention to what the singer's singing. We don't know why they're there anyway. It's all about the music.
I'm with you on that. Golly. Yeah, but y'all got another show, in about 3 weeks up in Asheville or somewhere?
Yes, I forgot what it's some hemp festival, I think.
Oh, well,
I think.
Lord of mercy, that sounds like a lot of fun, don't it?
Well, I don't know. No, it should be that the day we're playing with Orleans will be there again, and Firefall and Pure Prairie League.
Wow.
And people that we haven't seen in over a year. That usually we see a lot a year, and they're good friends, and it'll be nice to see them.
Yeah. But, I guess one of the things that's kind of a little bit weird because the last show y'all did before COVID hit was here in Hiawassee. I didn't know if you knew that. I talked to Rodney, and he said this is actually one of the last places y'all played before COVID hit and wiped the books out.
When was that?
That would have been a year and a half ago, I guess
March
it was.
or last February, something like that?
Yeah, about a year and a half ago. Yep.
I remember Texas, and then I remember coming home, and then I remember a bunch of phone calls saying, okay, this has been postponed till later in the year. This has been postponed till later in the year. I'm like, huh?
Yes.
What's happening?
Well, now, honestly, have you kind of enjoyed being home and not being out on the road, or have you been just like, I'm ready to go, I'm just itching?
It's both. It's courting. I mean, at first it was kind of interesting, but no, it quickly got boring.
Yeah.
I think for the first 2-3 months, I probably didn't pick up my guitar at all. So once I did, that hurts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can imagine.
Then I started playing a classical guitar, which I don't know if you know, it has a wider neck.
Oh yeah.
And my fingers look like little baby fingers.
Right.
So then when I went back to the electric, my fingers look like big giant's fingers. That was confusing.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man, y'all's playing Saturday. Y'all really hadn't got together in like over a year and played together, but you could not tell it. It's just amazing to me how, y'all just fell right in there and went, and it was just like everybody was right on key, even having to do the lyrics that y'all wasn't used to having to do. It was amazing. And that one guitar solo you did was just amazing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was really great. Ain't no doubt about it. You're definitely professional. But anyway, I'm just glad everything worked out like it did. And folks, we're talking to Steve Stone, which is the lead guitar player for Atlanta Rhythm Section, one of the greatest bands of all times, right out of Atlanta, Georgia. And y'all, I guess what year did actually the Atlanta Rhythm Section kick off? They were what, in the 70s?
It had to be 80s, early 80s.
No, they were back.
No, it was 70. People look at the beginning as different, but I think it actually pulled together around 70. But I don't think the first record came out till like 72.
Right.
Wow.
Something like that.
But they built the recording Studio One, and I know that there was an article in 1970 in a Record World or something like that magazine,
right,
about that. So. And they were all there, so obviously they were together in 70. But I don't know if that's the official. Everybody looks at things different, and as we get older, time is very bizarre.
Right.
But what seems like a year ago was actually 20 or 30.
Yeah, I'm like you. It seemed like yesterday, but then when you look back on it, it's like, wait a minute.
Right, and then sometimes what happened yesterday seems like a long time ago.
Right. Yeah, I guarantee it. Now,
maybe we should go get checked.
Go see it. I went to see a psychiatrist, and she told me never come back, so I don't know what the scoop is with that. But now, Alex Cooley, he had a lot to do with y'all, did he not?
He did in the promotion in the early days, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think the last time we saw him, he had bought Eddie's Attic down in Atlanta. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, I knew all about that. Yeah, I was actually friends with Alex Cooley for a long time.
Yeah, he got us playing there every once in a while.
Yeah,
it's a really small place, but it's kind of fun.
Well, the thing about that though, people are actually sitting there listening to the music, and,
right?
Yeah,
and they're right in front of you, and they're eating, and they're you're thinking, are they going to offer me a piece of that burger or not?
Hey, do you remember something called Atlanta Jam?
No. I remember a Georgia Jam.
Georgia Jam is the Atlanta Fulton County Stadium?
Yeah. But ARS wasn't on that show, I don't believe, were they?
What?
Candace was there.
I was there.
At the Georgia.
Now, that was the thing with the Allman Brothers, right?
Everybody was there.
And
It started early in the morning and was still going past midnight, but it was the Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, no chairs, we were just standing down on the field. You're just down on the field watching the bands go on stage.
And she
Right.
she was
I
there.
heard about it.
She thinks she's deleted all the pictures, but she was younger back then, So.
I was a lot younger back then. That was a long time ago, but that's probably, you don't forget things like that.
Lord mercy.
Yeah, cameras, man. Could you imagine in our day, people with the smartphones and the cameras?
Oh, Lord. I'm glad they weren't there, ain't you?
Oh.
I like to hear the stories. I don't want to see them.
No.
Oh, we stood out there in the rain for part of that day.
That's it.
It was good.
Oh,
It
Lord
was
of mercy.
really
Steve,
good.
you ever thought about writing a book about all this stuff going on with Atlanta Rhythm Section over the years?
No, and a lot of people do, and they talk about that. And I'm thinking, but anything interesting that would go in a book falls under Code of the Road.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We need to leave that part out.
yeah, so it would be a heavily redacted book.
Yeah. We had a gig and so, and then we had another gig, and that's pretty
Right.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, there's a lot of interesting stuff over the year, the Atlanta Rhythm Section. I mean, actually, the way it starts and through the years and all that. I mean, y'all had highs and lows like everybody else. I don't like the dirt. I never have liked the dirt, but I do like the history of the music and all that kind of stuff. And I've always been a big ARS fan.
Well, now, there is a book that was released a couple of years ago by Willie Mosley that's an authorized history of the band.
Right.
I don't think it doesn't go into the dirt stuff, but it pretty much explains the beginnings and all through. I've read up to where I'm coming in, and I'm like, I don't really need to read that.
I know the rest of the book. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I know the rest.
Well, or do I? I mean, my perspective and someone else's could be totally different. It's like one of those times when you think, man, I just did the greatest thing in the world, and then somebody else is looking at it and goes, he just messed up everybody's lives.
Hey, as long as we're still rocking, so it don't matter. As long as you're still playing, we're good. Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing. I was thinking about that yesterday. We're playing Granddad's music. That's rock.
That's right.
I mean, that is the rock,
That's
though.
right.
That's the
Oh,
thing
it
about
is,
it. I mean,
I know.
you come up, that was when the music was it. I mean,
Was
honestly.
yeah.
I mean, nowadays, this stuff nowadays, they ain't no way. I mean, I can't think of enough lyrics to write about a pickup truck. You know what I'm saying? And whoever wrote a song about a tractor has never rode a tractor in their life. I'm just telling you, because there's nothing sexy about a tractor.
There used to be a bunch of songwriters in Atlanta who would get together and play songs. And one guy had written a song, and I don't think it ever got picked up by anybody. But the song was, "The more I learn about women, the more I love my truck." And I thought, that is such a great song. I mean, you remember it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I thought that would have been picked up for sure. But actually, that was back in the day when country music artists were doing more actually serious songs.
Yeah.
Now it's more novelty.
Yeah, it's kind of, I'm with you on that. It don't make no sense. They say the music today is designed for like 12 and 13-year-old kids.
It seems to be.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I guess it's because money's got involved, and that's who's buying the records now, because all the old people are just stealing it off the internet. You know how that goes. So
Yeah, but I meet a lot of young people who are really into old classic rock, and
Right.
and then a lot of the musicians are way above where we were back in like that time period,
Right.
because they've also got access to all the YouTube and all that to learn things that we were just guessing at. We're having to take the needle on the record and go back, and
Right.
back, and they've got it explained and slowed down, and they can. But anyway, it's created some really great musicians. I kind of feel bad for them because I don't know that they're going to have an audience except for us old people.
Well, I'm with you on that. Well, here's the thing, though. It's like the music, like ARS. You've got songs like Champagne Jam and Dorville that has lived the test of time through the years, and I don't think this stuff on the radio today is going to make it. I think it's going to pop and go and gone, And these songs, that's just lived forever. I mean, I think they'll still be played when we're gone.
I agree. But there's some artists that are out there. Well, they're not on the radio a lot though.
Right.
Like Sarah Bareilles released an album a couple of years ago that was it T-Bone Burnett produced that is great.
Right.
The songs are great. It's just, singer-songwriter stuff like you would have thought of from the early 70s.
Right. But she's
So
not being played on the radio.
No, but she does have a big following. So
Yeah. So
she seems to be everywhere right now. So she's not doing bad. She's got a TV show. She produced a TV show.
There you go.
She's got a Broadway thing, and successful in her fan group's album. So
I'm with you on that 100%. We have got to get to a break, Steve. But anyway, if y'all want to get up and keep following this young fella right here with the Atlanta Rhythm Section, it's just, I guess it's AtlantaRhythmSection.com, I think.
yeah,
And it's got all the stuff that you can buy. You can buy T-shirts and the whole 9 yards, and then they're going to be up next to Asheville. We all need to chip in and go up there with that. And like I said, man, I sure appreciate you calling in, and we'll be praying for Rodney.
I appreciate it. Oh, and if you look for it on Facebook, it's the Atlanta Rhythm Section.
The Atlanta Rhythm Section. There you go. We got
But
that.
AtlantaRhythmSection.com or the Atlanta Rhythm Section on Facebook.
Man, we appreciate all you do.
You too. I appreciate you.
All right, man, you take
And
care.
I want to thank the people that came out to the show once again. They were awesome.
Yeah, you did a good job.
Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.